Hi guys, how are you all? You are all welcome to this episode about spirituality. Spiritualism is actually a knowledge that is meant to guide us towards self realization, what we are. Believe me, there is no topic or subject which is more interesting than ourself and a study or peep into the universe within us. When you look inside you, you find such interesting topics that after some time you would avoid looking outside yourself. Spiritualism, study of scriptures, meditation, all these things help us use our third eye to look within us and find out what we actually are. Every word of spiritual knowledge is something that enlightens a person. One of those spiritual discourses made me look up and find that you cannot judge a person just by the way he lives. Judge a person too by the way he or she dies. Now you will be very surprised by this proverb. What does it mean? It means that you cannot judge a person's real character until you find out the way that person left for his heavenly abode. For your example, Bhishma Pitamaha lived a kingly life for 150 years. But in the end, he had to spend a few very painful days lying on a bed of arrows. He was very agonized. So he asked Lord Krishna, Lord, why I am forced to suffer such a torture at the end of my life? As far as I know, I have not committed any sin in the past 100 births. Lord Krishna said, you are absolutely right. You have not committed any sin in the past 100 years, 100 births. And that is the reason that you lived such a kingly life. However, you don't know about the 101st birth or before. Just because you have been a very pious person for the past 100 births, this birth is going to be your last one. Because this is going to be your last one, so all your karma for past several births have to be repaid in this birth so that you become a free man to meditate on God. In your 101st birth, before your 100 births, you were a hunter who was very brave but very cruel. You had a hobby of picking up live snakes and throwing them into thorny bushes where they used to get entangled and they died a painful death. In this birth, you are forced to suffer the same pain that those snakes suffered at that time. And that is the reason you have been put on a bed of arrows. This pain will tell you how painful or agonizing it is to be thrown on a bed of thorns. This particular anecdote tells us that the Bhishma Pitama that we knew also had some very wrong karma that had to be repaid in this birth. Now, in your life, you must have come across several instances where someone who you knew, about whom you had a particular opinion, would have died in a very different manner. Please try to find out who they are and why they died like that. This is one of the methods of self-realization. Thanks.